Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? And it's me, it's Key, and we're back in the building with an episode, of Courtsid View. Got my guy, the Con Man is in the building. Con, what's going on?
What's going on, boss? Everything's going good. Hey, we got a tight nip game right here. Heat 105, Hawks 104.
All right, yeah, it's playoff basketball time in the NBA, and you know the good, lovely play-in tournament. I'm on my way home. I'm literally walking up the block, so I'm going to be on a computer soon. But we got the play-in games going on right now. We got the Atlanta
Yes,
Hawks going up against the who's playing? Hawks and who else?
Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. Looks
Miami
like
Heat, and then we
Miami
got Grizzlies. Yeah. Right now
Grizzlies
it's
in Dallas, and it looks like
yep,
Ja Morant
19
will play.
seconds. Right. Yeah, true that. Right now it's 105, 104. Miami Heat with 19 seconds left to go.
Can Miami hold on and be that eighth seed? They will go up
I
against the
don't know.
Cavaliers.
I know, right? Don't know something. This game really don't matter because you're going to go against Cleveland anyway. So you know what I mean?
The crazy part is I can see whoever Cleveland goes, it's going to be a gentleman's sweep. It's not going to be a whole sweep because they're going to at least get one.
No. Yeah, more than likely they'll get one. You know what I mean? But right now, yeah, I guess it must be a timeout. 105, 104. So how is it out there in Philly?
It is beautiful. It's still beautiful. It's hot out here. I got a
Hot.
hoodie on. And I'm sweating. But we got the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Grizzlies, and Ja Morant's playing. So who do you think wins that? Not 100% Ja Morant. What? A hobbled Ja Morant. Who wins that game?
All right. You know what? I was on the previous show. I was saying that the Grizzlies are 6.5-point favorites. And that was with an unquestionable Ja. So, you know what I mean? I think, first of all, he has an ankle sprain, which is really difficult to come off of because anything can happen. And I know that Dallas is going to go after him, both offensively as well as defensively as well. I think that Dallas is going to be a team to be tough to contend with their size. And if AD can come play the way he's capable of playing, I think they're definitely going to win. I definitely got Dallas. I think Dallas is going to beat them. Ja, of course, he's going to play, but we don't know exactly what kind of conditions he's in. We won't know until the beginning of the game. But Dallas, the first thing they're going to do is come at him. They're going to give him a little bump and run, bump and grind, whatever you want to call it. They're going to come at him full force to see what he's able to do. And the thing I'm going to be looking for is not so much his vertical jump, but his lateral movements, both offensively as well as defensively. Because now he's going to have to do a lot more running through picks like he normally does. But with a sprained ankle, a little twist, little turn can change the whole tide right now. So I'm definitely going to go with the Dallas Mavericks on this one. Right now, we got the Heat leading 106-104 with 12 seconds left to go in the game.
All right, so it looks like Miami is going to be that eighth seed.
We don't know yet. But still 12 seconds left to go, boss. We're gonna, I had picked the Hawks in this game, so I'm gonna roll with them to the end.
And
The Hawks were getting bombed.
Trae Young good for letting last minute shots fly too.
That's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? And the thing about Trae's having a terrible game. At one point, he was 3 for 14. I kind of, I expected him to have a big game, but things happen. But we still got 12 seconds, 11 seconds. So we're gonna find out, kid. We're gonna find out what's going on. But I did pick the Hawks to win this game. But getting back to what the next game is, I was saying while he was gone that I think Dallas is going to end up pulling it off. The job factor with how injury is going to affect them. They're going to find it out right from the get-go because they're going to bump and grind, push and shove, see what he's capable of doing. Plus, they got a new damn coach. I don't know. I'm going to go with that. I think Dallas has a lot to prove. with their situation, with the general manager doing the damn thing that he did with Luca and having AD come in unannounced, didn't even know what was going on, and coming into a setting like that, getting booed, the general manager getting booed, AD getting booed. He didn't even know the damn thing was going to happen. So in that regard, Key, I think I'm going to go with. I think they got a lot to prove. I think I'm going to go with Dallas in game number 2 tonight. I don't know what's going on. Looks like the Heat might end up pulling this one off. Still time, 11 seconds to go. So we're going to
11
see
seconds is
what's
like
going on.
9 minutes in NBA terms.
It can be, and then that Iceman, he hasn't played well all night, but you never can count him out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a possibility that he could come on and do the damn thing. We're gonna have to wait and see, because I don't think they're gonna go for the 2. I think they're gonna go for the 3. But we'll have to wait and see on that. But so far, game
But
number 1 tonight has been good.
getting back to the agenda at hand here. So again, those are the playing games. So if Miami can pull and hold things off, they'll be that number 8 going up against Cleveland. And then we got the number 8 spot for the West, and they will go up against OKC. So either one of those matchups. So let's go through the matchup. What's up, Mike? Appreciate you for coming on by.
Ha ha, my man Mike. Congratulations, bro.
All right, so going over the playoffs here. So we got the number 1 seed in the. So let's start in the West. So we got OKC, and then they're going to go up against the Grizzlies or Dallas. Again, we all know who's going to win that series, but who's winning that series? Is it going to be a sweep? Do they at least give them one? What do you think?
You know something, boss? I'm telling you, I think it's definitely not going to be a sweep. I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult than what you think. Again, I think if Dallas can pull it off, I think they have a great opportunity. I don't know. I just think that with their size, and if they can get the man off the 3, SGA off the 3, and make him come more of a foul line inside perimeter shooter, I think they got an opportunity. Because OKC, even though they're playing well and they got a great defensive team, don't get me wrong, they got Dot, and then they got Williams, and they got SGA as well. But I think that if I was offensively minded, I think that they only have really 2, big scores that they can count on a nightly basis. So I think Dallas is going to give them a run. I don't think Oklahoma, and plus, I just don't. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. Oh, Hawks are all tied up. It's gonna be
Uh-oh.
overtime, King.
Uh-oh.
Overtime.
Atlanta said, hold my nuggets, hold my beer. It's not over yet.
I'm telling you. Yep, it's gonna go into overtime. But yeah. So with as far as that's concerned, we gotta wait and see what's gonna happen with the game tonight. But I definitely think that, given the fact with Giles' injury, new coach, I think Dallas would give them a better run than Memphis will. That's my opinion.
All right, so I'm about to go out my phone and come on the computer. So we got
Oh,
number.
I'll
So we
talk.
got
You know
the.
me. I got no problem
So
with
we
it.
got the number 2, and that's Boston. They go up against the number 7 seed, which was the who won the first game?
They're playing Orlando.
Orlando. Tell me about that
Yes.
series.
Okay. You know what? Orlando gives Boston a hard time. Boston, they're very deep. They got the thing about Boston right now is Porzingis is playing out of his what, and he didn't play very much in the playoffs the last year. So with him being available right now and playing the way that he's playing, Boston's going to be even more difficult to deal with. But then you got the Brown injury. I don't know how much of a factor that's going to play within the Celtics, but they got the perimeter shooting. They got the bench. Porzingis, like I said, is playing out of his behind. So Orlando, although they're playing very well, I don't think they have enough to get by the Celtics, especially in a 7-game series. Boston got the home court advantage, and then they got the little demon devil Pritchard, who can come off the bench and score 20, 25 at a given notice. Plus, they're all good foul shooters as well, which makes it key. So in that series, I'm definitely going to go with Boston. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. I think it'll probably be 4-1, something like that. But I think Orlando will be giving a good effort as well. But I think if they had Suggs, if he was available, it would make it a little bit more difficult. But without Suggs, I think that and Boston's got too many damn weapons, and they do have Porzingis, who didn't play much last year in the playoffs.
Well, he played when it mattered in the champion in the championship finals
Yeah,
game. So
absolutely.
he definitely played when it mattered. But I'm gonna also take Boston here in this series. I don't know. It could possibly be a sweep. I know Pablo, playing when he can. Both, the Wagner brothers. They're a good young team, but I don't think they can get past this the strong juggernaut team in Boston. So yeah, I don't I don't see them winning that series. Uh, so then you got the interesting matchup here, and I think this is going to be the best series in the East so far. We got the number 3 New York Knicks going up against number 6 um, Detroit Pistons. Got a new coach. The team is back healthy. Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey's back. Tobias Harris, the leadership there, going up against they made it to the playoffs. Last year they was like a playing team. Now they actually a playoff team again. But who you like in this series?
You know what, Key? This is a tough one. This is a very tough one. You got Brunson coming off his ankle injury, and with Tibbs playing very few people off the bench. And I like the fact that Detroit, with Bickerstaff, who I think probably will end up being coach of the year. I think he's instilled in them, a sense of pride that they haven't had in a few years, and they play with that toughness and that grit. And they don't know any better because they ain't been there. They really don't.
Right.
Tobias Harris. They really don't know what they're getting into. You know what I mean?
Right.
I keep saying every team when they on their way to the championship, they got to go through the hard spots. And so this could be a learning experience for them. But I think the key is going to end up being Towns. Towns is one of the best perimeter shoes, outside shoes in the league. And his numbers are very good, but he's known for being much of a lackluster on the defensive end. As we know, our compadre, our co-host, Coach Dante calls him Mr. No-Show. But,
He's not
if
Mr.
he
No
does
Show no
come
more.
to show, I know if he comes to show, I think that Knicks, this is going to be a tough series. Knicks got the home court advantage. I think it's going to be slam, bam, knock 'em, sock 'em, robots. I think it depends upon, I think who gets in foul trouble might be a factor. But I think this is going to be probably one of the most physical contests out of the playoffs that we have right now. But honestly, I think that Mr. Bickerstaff there, because I had the opportunity of hanging out with his dad. That's where he got the coaching bug from. But I'm very happy for Mr. Bickerstaff because he took a team that was terrible and now he's made it to a contending team, and they're playing very well, and they will bust their behind for him. They'll go to a brick wall. So tough physical series. It's probably going to go 6 or 7. I think that with the experience, I might have to go with the Knicks, but this is tough. But I think I'm gonna go with experience. I'm gonna roll with the Knicks, but it's gonna be tough. It's probably gonna go 6 or 7.
Well, Con, I'm gonna go against the grain and just I don't know. There's something about this. There's something about this Detroit team. I'm going to take Detroit in 7. Detroit in
I
7.
can't blame. I can't blame. I kind of want to go with them too. But
because Bronson's coming back from that ankle injury. Ankle injuries is tricky. You may feel like 100%, but you're not. You get a partial because the ankle is something that's needed. It's not like a pinky or a little elbow or something you can get rid of. It's the ankle. You're running. So I don't know. I just like the Detroit team. Cade Cunningham can show he can be that guy. He's definitely going to be an all-star. Pretty up and coming soon. You got Jaden Ivey. He's back. everybody's getting healthy at the right time. Jaden Durham is there again. Tobias Harris. Now in the first round of the playoffs, he will give you some. He will give you some points. Don't if you get to the second round, don't look for him because you can't find him. Because he disappears. So
you would know better than me on that one.
He disappears. So, but I think Detroit, like you said, it's going to be physical. I think Detroit can go toe to toe with the Knicks. We know how Tibbs is. He have a 7-man rotation, so you might get what's his name, Miles off the bench. You got OG. So I mean, the Knicks got a pretty good squad, So, but I just something tell me the Knicks could pull this off in 7.
Hey, you know something? It's gonna be good to watch. Anyway, it's gonna be a great series. I guess it's sock 'em, rock 'em, knock 'em, robots. I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be entertaining, and I'm just leaning a slight only because at the end of the game, if it comes to the end of the game, we know Brunson, we know he's capable of. But again, I think a lot of it's going to depend on Mr. No Show, who's no longer not a No Show.
No longer Mr. No Show.
If he comes to play, I think that the Knicks.
So Bobby said Boston versus LA finals 19 banner 19 loading because he's a Celtics fan and you do Lakers fan.
Yeah, so there's gonna be problems there. There's gonna be problems. I'm telling you right now.
All right, so we got then we got the 4 and the 5. We got Milwaukee Bucks at the 4. At the 5, and then the Indiana Pacers at the 4. It's gonna be a good, interesting series. I believe Dame is cleared. I don't know if he's going to play that first game, but Dame is cleared to play. He had the blood clot scare. So he's going to be playing. Of course, you know how Giannis is, and you got Kyle Kuzma. Then you got Indiana. You got Halliburton over there, Benedict Mathurin, Siakam. Indy can score big if you let them shoot. I'm going to take Indy to beat the Bucks in this series. I think it's going to go 6. I'm going to give them 4 games to 2. I think Indy moves on. It's just something about Milwaukee now. I mean, they go out and acquire Damian Lillard. They get rid of Chris Middleton for a Kyle Kuzma who doesn't really move the needle, in my opinion. You got Bobby Portis. Your bench is kind of, but yeah, it's just Milwaukee. I don't know. Milwaukee just needs to find that other piece, maybe. See what Doc Rivers can do. We all know how Doc is when it comes to the playoffs. Oh, at least I won 3 games. No, you still lost the series, Doc. You still lost the series. So I like Indy in this series to move on. Then if Milwaukee somehow loses, they got to rethink some things. Who you like in this series?
Something I'm leaning towards Indiana. You know what? Again, as I keep reiterating that teams have to go through the pain. Indiana went through some pain last couple of years as well. The thing is, Milwaukee is better in a half-court set. Indiana has the fastest paced team going. They like to keep the ball flying and rolling. And Halliburton, sometimes he comes out of his bag of tricks. Hopefully, if he can be consistent during the playoff run, Indiana's going to be real tough. And then again, we talked about Dame. Thank God that he's has been cleared. To what extent we don't know yet. He's not in basketball shape per se, so that's going to take a while. I don't know if he's going to play game number 1 and how effective he will be because he's been out for a while. So, but thank God that he's back. Anyway, I'm sure things have changed as far as the Milwaukee fans are probably happy that he's back. But it's going to be tough to come back, I think, in Indiana. I don't know. They're tough to watch sometimes. I don't know, man, but they got Turner, who's tough. They got a nice team. They Maturin. I like them. Man, another close series, I think, because they can't stop Giannis. But I think with Dame might not be the Dame of that we're used to. I think that Indiana has more weapons. I think I'm gonna go with Indiana.
Yeah, I just something about that indie team. They got themselves, they got it together. They can move the needle. They high paced team. And that when you got players that can run that high offense like that, it will wear out on the other team. So
Yep, absolutely.
fast paced, they can shoot, they can pass, distribute. My man TJ McConnell can come off the bench in the second
I
team.
like that. That's my guy right there. You
TJ,
already know that's my guy right there.
I was so I would take TJ back in a second. I hated when he left. See, everybody leave Philly and do good. Everybody leave and just it doesn't matter where in Philly. It could be baseball, the Phillies, the Sixers. It doesn't matter. They always
Yeah.
lose. They always leave Philly and do great things. Switching over to the West. So again, whoever is that number 8 seed will go up against OKC. We already talked about OKC definitely is going to win that series, but it's not going to be easy. I don't think it'll be easy. Even if the Grizzlies do beat Dallas tonight, I still think the Grizzlies still have more pieces if they didn't have Ja Morant. I still think they'll be fine to win, but I'm gonna take the Grizzlies here. And a no Ja Morant. I mean, a Ja Morant is better than a no Ja Morant. I mean, I'll take a 75% Ja Morant over a no Ja Morant. So, but moving on, I think this is going to be a good matchup here. It's the Warriors coming in at number 7 against the Houston Rockets. Who you got in this series?
It's going to be an exciting series. You got the young Bucks who are hungry going against the old Bucks who are hungry. And I think that, again, Houston being so young and they have a great coach and they have a lot of weapons. They have a lot of athleticism. They're lanky and they're quick and they're athletic. And they're playing at a high level right now. The Warriors just got done playing. Houston Rockets had plenty of time to scout, study, do all that. I think they're going to be prepared. I don't think they're going to be overwhelmed by Golden State. And Golden State, but they got that guy from Miami, playoff Jimmy. He could be a
Playoff
factor.
Jimmy.
You know what he does. He can do. So I'm scared of him. And then of course, you got Steph, and he's off the hook. So, damn it, it's going to be another good series. I think Houston was the second seed to begin with, right? Not that
Yeah.
that matters now. It don't really mean a damn thing too much anyway. I like Houston, but Jimmy, man, that damn he makes you think twice. He makes you think twice. Damn.
I'm
And
gonna
they did
I'm
it
gonna
before.
I'm gonna take the Warriors here. I think it's gonna be another fun series. But I gotta take the experience with the Warriors.
Yeah. Yep.
We gotta
Yeah.
give credit. We gotta give credit to Udoka. Coming,
Yes.
this is second run with Houston. We seen what he did in the first turn, first time getting there, and now to really see in his second year with the team, they get Fred VanVleet, playoff experience, champion.
Yeah.
Get Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks starting to shoot a
Yes.
little better. Dylan Brooks is
Yeah.
that enforcer, that villain on the
Yes.
team that everybody needs.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Absolutely
you got
correct.
Sangoon, who's gonna be a star. You got one of the twins over there. I forget which one is in Houston.
Thompson.
Is it Asar
Asim
or
Thompson.
one?
Yeah.
I forget who's in Houston, but he's a great defender as well.
Yes. Yes.
his name is in the talks of defensive player of the year possibly.
Ooh.
You got Jalen Green who can take over at any time. Houston has a great team for them to be number 2. And Coach Dante is the Houston guy. He said he thought they was going to be number 6 at best. A number 2 seed. So, but I'm gonna take the Warriors. Again, Jimmy Butler stated he knows his role. He said Steph is he's Robin. Steph is Batman. He's gonna go out there and do whatever for his team. Of course, Draymond Green, your cousin, when he's not doing his antics, he needs to stay on the floor. So here's my question to you, Kai.
Yep.
Which is more valuable on your team? Dylan Brooks or is it Draymond? So with the, they both antics, they both could talk. Which team would lose more if one of their players is gone?
Oh, that's an easy one. That's Draymond. Draymond the engine that starts the cut. He's just if you look at what he does on paper, not that much, but he runs the team. He sets the tone. He's the enforcer, and he has the experience, and he's so much more of an intellectual, like you said, when he's not doing his antics. He is so much of a factor in the way that Golden State operates. And you know what, him and Steph, they got a bond that uh, that's hard to come by. And so, to answer your question, Dylan Brooks is an enforcer. He tries to get on the other best players' skin. He plays a great defensive. He's one of them guys like to have on your team. You don't like playing against him, but you like him to be on your team. But to answer your question, to me, it's got to be Draymond, hands down, because of what he does, not just defensively, but he can also play one through five as well. So he can do so many things, and if he just keeps his mouth shut, he can be a major factor.
And Bobby said that's his dark horse, the Warriors to win it. I got I got the Warriors going all the way to the finals as well. It's just that they playoff experience. They gel at the right time. What's the kid name coming off the bench? Podensky,
He's
Podesky.
starting now.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
he's
He is
starting now.
He's starting to play well. They're starting to
Yeah, he
gel
looks
together.
good.
So,
Yeah.
but you can't go against Steph and Jimmy. I can't go against them. We got your team here.
Hey, be careful. Be
We got
careful.
the we
Bobby, be
got the
careful
third
with your
seed.
remarks, bro.
We got the Lakers. They're going up against the Timberwolves at number 6. Lakers, and so we got LeBron versus Ant-Man. We got Gobert, Julius Randle. I'm not too keen on. I gotta take as Shannon Sharp would say, Lakers in 5. So I'm going to I'm going to take the Lakers here. I think the Timberwolves would just be too much. The Lakers would just be too much for the Timberwolves, especially LeBron James that he's on. When he's on, you got Luka Doncic. When Austin Reeves can get going, they're going to be hard to stop. Vanderbilt, he can come in and give you some points. Gabe Vincent starting to show up for you, Con. So but I got the Lakers. Lakers in 5.
All right. I'm glad you finally saw the good side of the picks. But Minnesota has the Ant-Man. A couple of things about Minnesota. Number one, they truly missed Mr. No-Show because Gobert, his minutes are going to be limited because he's not much of a factor.
He sucks offensively.
Yeah, and he's not. People love when he plays because he brings them out. He can't go anywhere near the perimeter, so they're going to attack him on that. But what did Ant say when he made a complaint? Maybe I guess it began about month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. He hates the fact that he's always getting double teamed, if you recall. So guess what's going to happen? He's going to get double teamed. Maybe not right away. They're going to be double teaming, and he might see what happens then. He's going to be pushing it and taking bad shots, unnecessary shots, turnovers galore. I think that the Lakers, again, they've had some time to rest, which is very important. My guy's 87 years old, so he got some time to rest. Rest his body and get his mind right. Luka looks a little slimmer, and the bench is playing well. Austin Reeves is that third factor. A lot of great teams have that third option, and he is a great third option. So, and I think another key is, because right now, LeBron used to always bring the ball up. Now Luka does. So LeBron just chills, and then that's when he dissects whatever defense the other team is playing. He dissects it, and with his great passer, and Luka's a great passer as well. So I think this is going to be. I'm not going to say. I might go 5. I'm going to go 6. I'm gonna go, but Lakers all the way. Lakers all the way.
So I got another question for you. Who's a scarier
Okay.
matchup on defense? Is it Anthony Edwards or Luka Doncic?
Um, Anthony Edwards has won some games with his defensive skills. Luca, I don't think he can spell defense. I don't think
He's trying, Con. He's trying.
but he's getting better. He's in better shape. I give him that. He's giving forth the effort. And the thing that is inspiring Luca, I got to give it to him. Sometimes, Key, when you got a reputation, it's hard to break that reputation. So, and if he does, they're just going to keep saying, like I just did, that he's not really playing defense when he's giving his all. He's doing a lot, but he's in better shape. He got himself. And what was the major reason they got rid of Luca? What did they say?
He was too overweight.
One, and he didn't play defense. And then when that general manager came on, he stood by his move and said, defense wins championships. So he's basically saying, Luka don't play no damn D. So I think Luka
Everybody can see that.
Yeah,
that's not his strong
Luka,
suit.
right? And Luka's going to take that personal. So I think he's gonna give an effort. I guarantee he'll play harder. And then what's good about it? See, Luka can rest more because then LeBron can take over, and vice versa. And then third option, they got Reeves.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then they got Hoochie Mama. He can come in and do his thing too. So you know what I mean?
Rui Hachimura.
Yeah. Well, that's why I call him Hoochie Mama. But anyway, he comes in, he does his thing as well. So, yeah, the Lakers are gonna be all right.
And then we got the number 4 and 5. We got the 4 is the Clippers going up against, who are they going up against? I forgot. Denver. There you go. Mm-hmm. So the 4th seed Denver against the 5th seed Clippers. I don't know if Kawhi Leonard stays healthy. Clippers is beating Denver. Kawhi Leonard is healthy in this series. The Clippers is beating Denver. Harden's playing pretty well, but we all know how playoff Harden is. No, Powell has stepped up. Zubac definitely has stepped up on that defensive end. He's defensive player of the year name as well. But Kawhi Leonard, we all know Kawhi Leonard's been in the playoffs. He's a champion too. When Kawhi's on, he's hard to stop. And if he's healthy the whole series, I'm gonna take the Clippers to beat Denver. We all know how good Denver is. Jokic, of course. Which Jamal Murray is going to show up? Which Michael Porter Jr. is going to show up? And Westbrook, he's Westbrook. We don't have to go into that. But I like my chances if Kawhi stays healthy. I'm gonna go Clippers here.
Well, you know something? Kuma Kane is gonna be very upset with me. But that won't be the first time. I am definitely going with the Clippers. I think this is their year as far as getting further in the playoff scope. You mentioned Kawhi. Kawhi, I think he's gotten 21 or 22 games in a row when he scored over 20, and he's played those games as well. And when he is healthy, he's unstoppable. And he's even added a little bit of a 3-point shot, which he's not known for. We know him; he's Mr. Fundamental and the basic, but I mean, he's playing out of his mind. Harden, he seems like he's having fun. I think when I've been watching the last couple of years, he's just not having fun. I think he's very happy where he's at. I think his teammates love him, what it appears to be anyway, and he's having fun. And then he's enjoying himself, and he's giving forth the effort on defense as well. And sometimes I think this is the year.
I'll be right back. Keep talking.
Okay. Oh, me, I got no problem. I think this year will be the time that the Clippers, move on. Denver, I think that they've had some in-team fighting, I guess, or arguing, or they, maybe blocked out the coach. Is words probably started getting a little bit weaker and weaker, and the fact that allegedly Jokic didn't really push for him to stay, because if he did, Malone would never win anywhere. But Denver, they're always tough. Denver's always, you got the man in the middle. He can do so much. Murray is like been injured a lot. I don't know how effective he can be, but he has that champion in him. So it's going to be a great series. But I think that the Clippers, they have what's going to be the factor. I think we know what the stars are going to do. It's going to be someone who might not be considered a star or one of the top players is going to have to come through, and I think that might be Zubac. I think if you watch him now, he is scoring at a all-time high clip, and he's playing well defensively, and he sets the tone. I think he sets the tone, and Clippers, man, Clippers are tough. Clippers are tough. I'm going with the Clippers. I'm going to go with the Clippers in 6.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take the Sixers. I mean, Sixers. I wish. The Clippers in 6 as well. Now, if Kawhi, doesn't play that series, then I still, then it swings to Boston. I mean, Denver in my opinion. But if Kawhi's in, I got him. That the Clippers are going to win that series. All right, and there you have your playoff matchup in the first round. It looks like Miami did pull it off. So they will be the number 8 seed.
Yeah.
First round of the playoffs do start tomorrow. We get four games tomorrow, Con. 4 games tomorrow, starting it off. 1:00 is the Bucks and the Pacers. Then you got the Clippers and Nuggets. Then you got the Pistons in New York. And then your Lakers come on at 8:30. They are the primetime game. So 4 games tomorrow, and I think Sunday you get the other 4. So playoff basketball this weekend.
Love it.
So let's talk about. I know last week we talked a little bit about the. I think the MVP, was it the MVP we talked about? No, Defensive Player of the Year. We did say Zubac. Coach of the Year, we did mention. It could go either way. You wouldn't be mad with Udoka. Wouldn't be mad at Bickerstaff, and certainly not Kenny Atkinson. Either one of them can easily be defensive, being Coach of the Year. But I think they might give it to Kenny with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they might give it to him, but I wouldn't mind JB taking that just to see what he did with that Detroit team. What do you think? Coach of the Year?
I mean, like you said, there's so many options and so many coaches that have earned that. But if you really want to break it down, I would think you probably would have to lean towards Bickerstaff. I mean, Detroit was so down in purgatory for a while there, and he has uplifted that team to new heights. So I think if you really want to break it down, if you have to, I would probably go with Bickerstaff.
Rookie of the Year, we did talk about a little bit last week, and Steven Castle, the Spurs definitely is going to get that. 6th Man of the Year, that award goes to Pritchard. Yep. Pritchard comes off the bench for the Celtics, and he kills it. I know you don't like Boston, even though you in the area, but I gotta go Peyton Pritchard. Now unless you got another 6th man.
I have no comeback. He deserves it. Believe me, if I had a comeback, I would. I don't have any. He's more than handled it, and he's dangerous off the bench. And for someone so small, he plays so aggressive. He plays so hard, and he can shoot the lights out, man. And I guarantee, I'm pretty sure he will get the 6th Man award.
MVP coming down to SGA, and gotta still put Jokic's name in there. But I think they finally give it to SGA this year. Even though Jokic averages a triple-double, it's just crazy the numbers that he's been averaging. He actually shoots pretty good from three, believe it or not. About 40% he can shoot from the three. Jokic can to be his size. He can pass, he can facilitate well, he can shoot, we all know he can rebound. It's hard not to say Joker, but I think they give it to SGA this year.
I agree with you. Uh, Joker's having his best year of his career, and you know what I mean. And that goes to show how much of a factor that FGA has been in order to be able to be considered the front runner of the MVP. But you know something too, Key? Do you know that if either one of them gets it, it'll be another year that a non-American wins an MVP?
Yep, because
Check
SGA is
that
from
out.
Canada.
Ain't that something? But
Because
anyway,
SGA is from Canada. He's not an American player.
exactly. So that's interesting in itself. But I think that Jokic is playing out of his mind. But I think that ultimately with Oklahoma City having the record that they had and the problems that Denver has had this year, I think that plays a part in it. And we already know that the MVP, all them have already been chosen. It's a regular season honor, not a postseason honor. So the awards have already been chosen. They haven't been publicized yet, but they
Right.
have been there. They're already in. But SGA, I mean, he's been consistent. I mean, throughout the year, and he's just been phenomenal. And he plays both ways as well. I think that with the record that they have, and the way he's been playing, I think you got to roll with him. I think you got to get SGA. Although it's tough because Jokic has won MVPs with less of a year than he had this year. So, but I think they're going to go with SGA.
Yeah, I think they're gonna give it to SGA. Most improved. I'm not sure really who's gonna get most improved. I don't even know who was in the category, but most improved. Um, I would no. Can you say? I mean, you can put Kate Cunningham in there. I don't know who the nominees would be, but
Neither.
Hold on, let me see.
That's a good one.
All right, so
I have to think about that one.
All right, so where's the awards at here? So who they had in the running for most improved? You had Evan Mobley, Zubac, and Austin Reeves.
Oh, you know what? Oh, damn. Mobley made the All-Star team, so I would probably lean towards him because he got. I mean, to be chosen as an All-Star is a pretty awesome feat. So, but Zubac is playing well too. Austin Reeves, he's had at one point they were talking about getting rid of him on a couple of occasions. But he's been playing very well at a high level right now. He's that third option. But with the fact that Mobley made the All-Star team, I think you might have to give the nod to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Evan Mobley. All right, we got two more topics to talk about before we get on out of here, but we're gonna talk about the state of the Phoenix Suns, Con. Lord have mercy. This has been a horrible year for the Suns. Kevin Durant, Kevin KD still playing at a high level. His scoring may go down, and he's still efficient. Then you got Devin Booker, who is he's the heart and soul of that team. Book is the heart and soul of that team. And then they go out and get Bradley Beal. What was the worst trade ever? Because they never played. They barely all three played at the same time. And in my opinion, Booker and Beal are like the same type of player. So to have all them three on the floor at the same time was kind of hard. They don't have no bench. You had Monty Williams last year, and what happened? I mean, you had Monty Williams there, he got cut. You had Frank Vogel there, he gets booted. Then you bring in another championship coach and Mike Budenholzer. What happened to him? He's gone. So what needs to happen with the Suns? And their owner is hyping up these fans, talking about some, oh yeah, we're going to win championships here. When? I, what needs to happen? Is KD going to be on the move? Do they just need to blow it up and start over, rebuild? Does Devin Booker need to ask out? Your thoughts on the Suns?
It'll probably take me about 3 days to go into that, but I think the wise man would say reboot, start from the get rid of all of them. Except Booker. Booker's the mainstay. He's not going anywhere. But I mean, they made the same mistake that you mentioned, Beal, and the other one who stealing money, still getting paid, by the way, is John Wall. But I mean, him and Booker, him and Beal, and they both play in the backcourt together with the Wizards. Just figure that out. Mm-hmm. But anyway, to answer your question, I would say, KD obviously is not going to want to be part of a rebuild. We already know that. He wants to go win. So my guess is that they're going to try to make a deal somehow. But it's going to, whoever gets KD's going to have to give up the farm. But I think the only way to salvage Phoenix is they got to give. Nobody wants Beal, so that they're going to have to eat that. They're going to keep Booker. They dip. They still got to pay Beal still. I think another 2 years, if I'm correct, 2 or 3 years. So they're going to have to eat that up. What they got to do now is they got to get picks, free agency, trades, do whatever they got to do, get KD out and see, because KD right now is still a valuable piece. He still can get you 25, 28 points a game. And obviously, KD, but see, KD don't have a no trade clause, so they can send him wherever they want to. But they're going to probably send him to where they can get picks or some great players. So
I don't know. The front one that they're talking about is Houston. KD with Houston? Whew.
And Houston has enough assets and enough young people, and that could be scary. That would be damn scary. I know Coach would be drooling, but that would be damn scary if that were to happen. But to answer your question, Keith, I think they would have to just talk to KD. Look, man, where you want to go to see what we can do and try to salvage it that way. Because I don't see any other way.
Right.
Through the draft, that might help him improve, but that's not going to help KD right now because he don't have time. He wants to get that ring again. So,
like an up and coming team, look at OKC, look at Houston, look at Utah's going to be in that picture one, couple more years. But what happens? They draft, they get pieces, they get assets to help them in the long run over the years. You get you bring free agents in. So if the Suns can break everything up, I know they're going to offer Book the max, but what does Booker want to do? Do he want to sit through another rebuild and waste his career, or do he want to at least go for a ring at some time in your career? You don't want to. That is your goal as an NBA player, to win a championship at some time, right? You don't want to play your whole career and not win and never win one, or at least attempt to smell the finals. Like I do deserve. Booker needs to go somewhere where he can at least defend for a title.
Do you know who he reminds me of? Damian Lillard. Loyal to the T. It's been said, I don't know how true it is, that he still wants to remain in Phoenix. Do I think he might go? Like you said, he wants to get a chance to be a championship run. He doesn't want to be part of a rebuild. You know what I mean? So that's a tough situation, man. Why would you? A lot of these teams get players who are past their prime and paying them major, major bucks that's going to tie you up for years and years and years.
I know it.
I'm sorry about that, Keith. I apologize. But you know I'm going with this. So, it's poor management. It's poor management, ownership, whatever. And they got to take the fall. So, one more time to say, they just got KD. Just got to get KD out. get whatever you can
You
get.
got to get Bill out too.
Oh, well, he's going to be out anyway. He's gone, but they still got to pay him. So, I mean, that's going to be an issue. But they got to do it. They got to do it. They have to because KD ain't going to want to stick around. And if he can get an opportunity to go to a contender,
You can get
like you said,
you can still get a haul for Kevin Durant because, like I said,
absolutely.
he's still that. He's not how that scoring efficient like he used to, but like he still can give you 26, 20, 28 points a night, especially if he catches fire.
Now, how about this? Who's his best friend in the NBA?
What, Steph, LeBron? I don't know who his best friend is.
Who did he follow to Brooklyn?
James Harden.
No.
Kyrie. Denver. Dallas.
I'm just saying.
Right.
Now you get him, AD, and Kyrie.
We don't know when Kyrie's coming back because he's coming off his ACL injury.
Yeah, it's gonna be a year. Yeah.
All right, and the last topic of the night, which I found it was just weird, and I just wanted to your thoughts. Isaiah Thomas went off on LeBron James. He was upset because he seen LeBron James in the arena shirtless, warming up, and he was, he took offense to that. Your thoughts? Do you think he was right or wrong, or what's your thoughts on the whole thing with LeBron shirtless shooting around?
Setting me up. Key, you're setting me up. You know that's my boy. Isaiah's my boy of all time. You already know this, and you're setting me up. So I'm not very happy with you right now. But I looked at this situation. In fact, I was talking about it right when he made them comments. I saw it when he was on TV making them comments. And I've defended my boy for years and years, and dealing with a Michael Jordan issue, and him constantly complaining. That Jordan, he just won't let it go. So, but I've been trying to defend him, but he's I can't defend him no more on that part. And then he does this. The man gets to the gym 5 hours before the game. He says exactly what he does. There's nobody in the damn stadium except the person who filmed that. And, Isaiah's talking about it's not professional. It's 5 hours before the game. And he's going out there and he has his routine. And, I know Isaiah's old school, just like me. I don't give a damn if he's shooting with his shirt. I could see if there was, right before the game when people coming, I could see stuff like that. But he's there 3-4 hours before. You're going to come condemn this man? I don't get it. I mean, we know how LeBron is, we know all that. But the man goes out there and does his thing and offer him to play at the age of over 40. So what? That might be. I don't know if he does that every gym he goes to, but I mean, that particular day he did.
I think it's only when he's at home. I don't think he goes.
You're probably
right.
So I'm like, Isaiah, you need to chill out on my boy. That's my dog. It's hard for me, but I'm like, you need to chill out, man. There's more important things than worried about a guy shooting with his shirt off 4 or 5 hours before the damn game. Ain't nobody up in there. He's saying, and then for him, then he really got me upset when he said, you fine and suspend these other guys. LeBron should be suspended or fined. And I went off. I said, you got to be kidding. You hear that?
I think he mentioned coaches should go back to wearing suits.
My boys lost it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. He's losing it.
I mean, like you said, if LeBron comes in 99 hours before the game starts just to go, and he got a routine he goes through, I'm sure he gets his little workout in. I'm sure he probably, relax until in the locker room until everybody else get there, clear his mind. I'm sure this is what he does his whole 22 years he's been in the NBA. I'm sure this is what he does. As he got older, I'm sure this is what he do. Because Kobe did the same thing. Kobe would leave 2, 3, 4 hours after the game was over because he's in the gym shooting. Exactly. He's still at the arena shooting. So it's in their routine. It's in their routine. Who cares about LeBron James being shirtless, shooting up, putting up shots?
And he knows something too. He said it on the Pat McAfee show a while ago, about a month or whatever it was ago. And then they showed him again talking about his routine. This is what he does. Leave the man alone. He ain't bothering you. Leave the damn man alone. He's going to do his thing, got his routine. It's worked for him. 5 hours before the game, and then coaches going back to wearing suits. I don't know. I mean, enough's enough. There's more important things to talk about than whether or not the guy wears goes around shooting without a shirt. Come on, man. That's my theory.
I mean, back in the, as the 90s and stuff was going on, you had the suits, but then as it got old, we was like, all right, it's more modern, they're more loose. They still look professional to me. They're just in team gear. They're not wearing hoodies and pants hanging off. Like the coaches are still professional. You're still in team gear, whether it's a polo or some type of pullover, something like that. You're in sweats, not the sweatpants we know of, but you're in team gear. Who cares? Let them coaches be great. Why you want to be up in the suit and tie? It's all hot. You get your adrenaline going. Nobody want to be in that heavy stuff. So it's a new time. It's a new era and age, and the coaches are getting younger. They're not getting older. Do you really want to be in the suit?
And the fact is, too, you got to remember when Isaiah was coaching Indiana Pacers,
he had the suit.
They all did back then. They all did. So now he's trying to bring it back. I don't think that's going to work at all. I don't think that's going to work at all. So, again, who cares what the coach wears?
Who cares?
Winning, that's all.
You don't see some coaches in the college game, they wear a suit, but
yes,
you don't see them wearing those suits.
Most of them aren't. There are some.
We got what's crazy though, Con, in the college level, we do have some women that coaches basketball for girls or boys. I think it's a girls. I think she's forget what college she's in that she coaches, but she is dressed down to the T on the sideline. We talking about heels.
I know you're talking. Yeah, yep.
And they had a problem with that. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all?
I remember. Yep. True.
What is going on? What y'all want her to be in? She's nice. She ain't nothing hanging, nothing showing. She got her heels on. I applaud her wearing heels on the sideline on the Harvard floor. Yeah, she got that. So this society, something ain't right. It's something.
Social media.
Right.
Social media it's crazy.
Oh, they're saying, it's too revealing. Oh, it's too fitting. Get out of here. Get out. Then you buy her what you want. Buy the clothes you want her to wear. How about that?
Right. Exactly. It's unbelievable.
But there you have it. Another night of basketball. We'll be back next Friday. Hopefully, we got Chris back. I think Chris will be out. I know he's taking care of some personal things, so he's not here. Right. So we have to hold it down. Yeah. Coach might be here. You never know. Cool might drop by. But do you have any last final thoughts before we get on out of here?
I just hope that we have a exciting next game, which is coming on right now. In fact, it's going on as we speak. We have a great weekend of NBA basketball, and that we have a lot to talk about next Friday, and should be interesting what we come up with. You never know.
Definitely gonna go over the first round of the games. So yeah, and any other topics that might be crazy and pop up, who's to say? We might see some trades. We'll talk about where we think the fit, the coaches that got fired or the vacancies that's going to be available. And Greg Popovich, shout out to Greg Popovich. Yes. I think this is going to be Pop's last ride. I know he was back in the hospital again, but he's back home now. Pop, legendary coach. The one thing about Pop is he develops players.
Absolutely.
Mike said he loved the suits. Do you like the coach's suits?
Mike's always wearing a damn suit.
But
I mean, they're cool, but I don't see it. To me, that doesn't affect the outcome of the game at all. I think as long as they look professional as far as the suits,
man, I would be out my
sweatsuits,
tire
whatever.
by the end, by the middle of the middle of the first quarter. I'm taking stuff off.
Most would, most would. I guarantee you never seen John Thompson with a tie. Well, I know that for a fact. But anyway, we all know that. Got that damn towel. But you know, I'm not too concerned about the suits. But you know what? What I would like to do is give a shout out to your son. Talk about your son before we go.
Uh,
Give him some love.
yeah, my his is last year this year. He's a senior. Turned 18 in a couple weeks. But he accepted his college, and I can't say it. I think it's like Mezzacornia University. I think I said that right. Small school up in Pennsylvania, not too far from Scranton, PA.
Oh, so you can go check his games out then. That's good.
So yeah, so he's staying in house. So that's who he picked. It's a D3 school.
That's
Um,
great.
D right.
Awesome.
That's why I said D3. So he'll still get the playing time. He won't play his normal position because he did lose weight. He got a little smaller now. So when you get in the college level, he's not going to be able to play that. So he'll probably be a edge or a tight end
Well,
because he won't.
congratulations to him.
He's too small to play center.
Okay. Well, congratulations to him. Hopefully, he has a very successful career. I can't pronounce that name either. So, whatever that school that he's going to, I wish him nothing but success. I know you're very proud of him, so that's a great thing.
And Coach Key will be back next week because the clinic, 10-week clinic for the kids from 8U, 10U, and 12, I believe we doing. Each week is a different drill. So the first week may be shooting. So we do the skills, we do shooting. So each week is something different. And the very last week they play a game. So to see everything that they learned. And then, so it's good for the kids, show them the right way of playing basketball. Don't pick up the basketball like it's a football, start running with it. That's a travel. Please dribble the ball. I hate when the kids, they're like, oh, it's too cute. No, if you're going to let these kids play basketball, show them the right way how to play. Exactly. I can see a couple, okay, you don't dribble. All right, we're going to let that slide a little bit, but don't blatantly pick up the ball and start running with it.
Right.
So I need to scout. I'm going to be on my scouting mode because I got to get new 8-year-olds because all my team moved up.
That's right. That's true.
My one guard, his dad's going to put him up. He technically can stay, but he's going to push him up to the 10s.
Okay.
So he'll be the only 8-year-old on the 10. He can play up, he just can't play back down. Like once he goes up, he can't come down.
Right.
So yeah, but the 10s should be some type of playoff for us because it's the kids that I had mixed in with the kids that mixed in with the 10s from before they all played together. Now they just one level up more, so they all play together.
Right.
They all know each other. So the 10s this year should make a good playoff run or even a championship because it's all the kids that played with each other. With the 10U is going to be good. Now my 8s, we're gonna have to start over, but it's still gonna be fun. It's still gonna be fun. I like the little guys. I can't deal with the 10. No, I can do 10. I can't do anything under that because they got egos. They think they LeBron James. They don't want to listen. Nope.
Yeah, you have a lot of patience, my dear. You have a lot of patience, man.
So it's fun, especially when they get their first bucket. The 8-year-olds are fun. I think the 6 to 8 is I can have on my team. So that age is fun. Anything after that, nope. But we're gonna get on out of here again. Make sure y'all come on by next Friday, same time, same place, same channel. It's the Courtside View, and make sure y'all check out Sports Corner with the Con Man. Always, it may be Thursdays, it may be Fridays, but check out the Con Man with great guests. Surrounding in New Bedford area. Sometimes they're not all from there, but he usually keeps it local, and they're all over the place. So With that being said, we're gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna finish watching the rest of this game and see who goes on the phases OKC, and then we're gonna come back next week and we're gonna talk about what we saw, what we didn't like. Hopefully these games is good and no blowouts. I hate blowouts, so it's bad for business. But we're gonna get on out of here. Con, you have the rest of it. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk. See y'all.
Good night.